Hello, good morning. It is the 25th of February 2023, and what I am doing for Lent, I can only apologise that I haven't started podcasting and putting any information on YouTube sooner. It's just with it being a half term, my children's needs have had to come first. So, just a quick recap. My aim for Lent for 2023 is to finish the After collection of books by Todd. Now, if you are able to view any of my previous Lent or book review videos that are actually on YouTube, then that's fantastic. If you're coming in as a podcaster, I will just quickly recap what books are in the series. So there's the book After We Collided, After We Fell, After Ever Happy, and then there's the book Before, which is this one. Sorry, I can only apologise, I'm trying so hard not to yawn. So basically, apart from Before, as far as I'm aware, this one, all of the other books now have got a film adaptation of them. You cannot access these for free, unfortunately. You would have to subscribe to either Netflix or Amazon Prime. So I can only apologise for that. So, what I did over the weekend was I recapped myself on viewing my videos on YouTube. All of the books pretty much I have got post-it notes in, or I've folded the pages, which I think show and explain certain aspects of each book and each story that unfortunately a lot of that is cut out of the films. In the films, it is very downplayed, the actual storyline and the characters and the way people treat each other and the way that Todd has described or set a certain scenario. A lot of that has basically been put in a blender and then poured out to make a vanilla milkshake. And that is the best way to describe it. There's no cinnamon, there's no chocolate, there's no strawberry. It is vanilla. And as I was reading the After Ever Happy book by Todd, who managed to, in a way, self-publish on something called Wattpad. I am currently now on. Let me just double check what chapter I was on. I can only apologise. I read it late last night. I believe, let me just double recap. I am on chapter 6 in the After Ever Happy book. And this is going to be a quick spoiler alert. Chapter 1 to 6 in After Ever Happy is actually in the movie After We Fell. And unfortunately, the way that chapter 1 to 6 in that book is portrayed in the movie After We Fell is a complete fabrication. Basically, again, another spoiler alert, in the book After We Fell, which is over 800 pages long, Hardin finds out that Vance from Vance Publishing is his biological father. He finds this out because before his mom marries her next door neighbour Mike, the night before the wedding, Hardin catches his mom doing the deed with his biological father Vance. And in the end of the movie, After We Fell, everybody goes to the wedding. Everybody sits there, they don't say anything. Everybody knows what happened the night before. Everybody is all, congratulations, we're so happy you got married, that you found somebody else to be with. That does not happen in the first 6 chapters of After Ever Happy at all. Unfortunately, they do not go to the wedding. Tess does not go to the wedding. Kimberly doesn't go to the wedding. Smith doesn't go to the wedding. Vance doesn't go to the wedding. And Hardin doesn't go to the wedding. I can only apologise if doing my podcasters that you're not going to know who any of these characters are unless you've heard of this book before or you've watched the movie, sorry. So again, there's another clear example where Anna Todd's books, not just Anna Todd, but most authors' books, are basically put into a blender or a cement mixer and spat out. And depending on what age the books, which are then made into a film adaptation or into a series, are aimed at, will basically only those parts of each book will be included in a movie. So, yes, there is a lot of adult content in the films, just like there is in the books. Don't get me wrong, but it's very la-di-la-di-la-di-da-di-da. And as somebody who's now almost 40, when I watched the films and I read the books, with the films, I probably would be a little bit more comfortable with, say, my 15-year-old daughter watching them. Yes, there is a lot of domestic violence, which is kind of snowflaked over, but nowhere as much as there is in the actual books themselves. So I'm going to have to go and stop there because my little boy's just woken up. But what my plan is to do is to go through the After We Fell book again. The main reason, because it is the biggest book in the series, in the collection by Anna Todd. And I think, although I'm not a fan of hers, I think if somebody is going to make an assertive effort to write over 800 pages of a book that she's then turned into a movie, whether you're going to love it or hate it, then they deserve a little bit of respect. And I think it's a shame that as the writer, she didn't allow certain aspects of her books to be in any of the films, because by taking and stripping those things away, it gave the characters a very two-dimensional personality. You didn't get to see them as a real person because all of the other aspects, all the other important parts of the books that were put in them were sadly taken away from the films. And I myself, I'm still battling with the fact that I'm trying to get some books published myself. I haven't had them edited, I've not had them proofread. And when you physically put your heart and soul into something, which is quite personal, whether it's fiction or non-fiction or however you choose to write something, but then someone to come along and say, you know what, we want to aim this at 15-year-olds. We're going to take out this, we're going to take out that, you're not going to put that in. You've either got to be very kind of like looking at it very subjectively and me very like, oh, okay, I understand what you're saying. Yes, it's my work, it's being made into a film. But on the other hand, there must have been a part of her that thought, hang on a minute, but why is all this being taken out? And the main reason it was all taken out, in my opinion, was so that it could be a 15 and not an 18. Or a 15A. I don't know what the age groups in America are for movies, but I know in the UK we have Universal, we have PG, we have 12, we have a 12A, we have 15, and then we have 18. So thank you very much for now, and I will continue with everything else over the next remaining days of Lent.